Hello students. Now let us look at advances which occurred in semiconductor technology. When we talk about 1950s, an entire circuit consisting of several transistors, diodes and resistors could be designed on a single chip. Then after that in the early of 1960s, logic gates known as 7400 series were commonly available as ICs. Logic gate means AND gate, NOR gate, NAND gates are there, right? And the technology of integrating the circuits of a logic gates on a single chip became known as a small scale integration. As semiconductor technology advanced, more than 100 gates were fabricated on one chip, and this technology is called as a medium scale technology. Within the few years, it was possible to fabricate more than 1000 gates on a single chip. This came to be known as large scale integration technology, LSI. So now where we are? Now we are in the era of very large scale integration technology, VLSI, and super large scale integration technology. That means we can fabricate more than 1000 gates together on single chip. Now we are in the era of very large scale technology and super scale technology. Here you can see very large scale integrated technology, semiconductor technology, and super large scale semiconductor integrated technology. This is the actual lab where fabrication of IC takes place. Now let us talk about evolution of microprocessor. So let us go back in history and let us see that how microprocessors are evolved. So here there is a text and I am just reading this part. The microprocessor revolution began with a bold and innovative approach in the logic design pioneered by Intel engineer Tedov. In the 1969, Intel was primarily in the business of designing semiconductor memory, right? So it introduced a 64-bit bipolar RAM, random access memory chip in that year. In the same year, Intel received a contract from a Japanese company having name Busicom to design a programmable calculator. The original design was called for 12 different chips with a hardware programming. And what Tedov did instead that he suggested a general purpose chip that could perform various logical functions which could be activated by providing patterns of 0 and 1s through register with the appropriate timing. The group of registers used to store this pattern, 0 and 1s pattern, was called memory. Thus, programmable calculator was designed successfully with a general purpose logic device that can be programmed by storing the necessary patterns of 0 and 1s in the memory. Later, Intel realized that this small device had a computing power that could be used for many applications, and Intel was first coined the term microprocessor, and in the year of 1971 he released a first 4-bit microprocessor which is known as 4004. It was designed with the LSI technology, large scale integration technology. So here you can see this figure and all data included at here. When we talk about the first processor, microprocessor 4004, year of introduction is 1971, number of transistors 2300, initial clock speed, address bus is there, data bus is there, and addressable memory 640 bytes of memory. Then 8008, then 8080, 8085, 8086, 8088, and so on. Pentium 4 is also there in the year of 2000. Okay. Okay, so you can see number of transistor go on increasing, right? And initial speed, clock speed also increases. Now when we talk about year 2000, it has become 1.4 gigahertz. Okay, the address bus, the holding capacity is also increased at here, data bus also, and memory also, addressable memory. Here same figure where we have different microprocessor and its specification related to invention and data bus and address bus. So this is the IC in 1971, and now we have around 2020.